Last night, the highly anticipated matchup finally arrived. Luka Doncic faced the Dallas Mavericks for the first time since his unexpected trade. Given Luka's deep offensive skill set and his tendency to go off with a vengeance, many expected him to drop 50 points. However, the Mavericks managed to keep the game close despite lacking a real center. They were well aware of Luka's tendencies, and their defensive strategy reflected that. Kessler Edwards, at 6'7", was their tallest player on the floor, and Luka tried attacking him early. However, Edwards held his ground on the wing, forcing Luka into a tough shot. On the next possession, the Mavericks executed one of their rare pick-and-roll blitzes. Typically, Luka would manipulate the defense by looking toward the corner and hitting the roller, but Kyrie Irving anticipated this, stayed in the paint, and stripped Jackson Hayes. Realizing he needed to take matters into his own hands, Luka drove past P.J. Washington and maneuvered around Kyrie for a smooth finish at the rim. Despite a few highlights, Doncic struggled to score at his usual level. The Mavericks had thoroughly scouted his signature move, the step-back jumper. Luka prefers stepping back when driving left, so Edwards pressed up and forced him toward the basket. This resulted in Luka throwing an errant pass, leading to a deep LeBron James three-pointer on the next play. When Luka attempted the same switch again, Edwards sat on the step-back, and Max Christie came over for a blitz. Luka found Dorian Finney-Smith in the corner, but the Mavericks rotated perfectly, resetting the Lakers' offense. Frustrated, Luka ignored the scouting report and launched a contested step-back 3-over-2 defenders. Soon after, Dorian Finney-Smith saved a loose ball, allowing Luka to drill another deep three, which was followed by an animated yell toward the Mavericks bench. However, that was his last made three of the night, a testament to how well the Mavericks had studied his game. Over the past 7 years, Dallas continued to force Luka downhill while positioning a help defender to sit on his spin move, leading to multiple turnovers. Knowing his step back was being neutralized, Luka adapted by driving more aggressively. On one possession, he attempted to spin past Marshall, but Marshall was all over him and secured the steal. Unlike Miles Bridges, Marshall executed a textbook fast break, leading to an easy layup for Kyrie. Although Luka didn't dominate in scoring as expected, his playmaking became a game changer. Even with their familiarity, the Mavericks still had to bring extra help to slow him down, which allowed Luka to put on a passing clinic. On one play, he drove hard at Edwards, drawing all 5 defenders into the paint before kicking it out to Austin Reeves for an open three. Later, he recognized a size mismatch against Christie and drove downhill. Kyrie and Edwards collapsed on him, leaving a wide-open shot opportunity for another teammate, while Luka didn't post with LeBron on the wing. Many focused on their back-and-forth passing, but Luka was simply waiting for the inevitable double team, which freed LeBron for an open three. Luka's defense also stood out in this matchup. One of the main criticisms leading to his trade was his defensive shortcomings and conditioning, but he was determined to disprove that narrative. The Mavericks' offensive game plan revolved around attacking him, yet he responded well. Christie initially beat him off the dribble, but Luka recovered and blocked the shot from behind. Later, when forced to guard Klay Thompson off a floppy action, Luka stayed close, using his length to bother the shot. A few possessions later, Kyrie tried isolating against Luka. Though initially beaten, Luka's size allowed him to stay with Kyrie enough to contest the shot and force a miss. While Luka will never be an elite defender due to the heavy offensive burden he carries, he has shown he can be effective in key moments. He's capable of cutting off drives, has good hands, and excels at reading passing lanes. His lack of lateral quickness means he'll struggle against shiftier players, but he doesn't need to be a lockdown defender. As long as he's in the right spots, which he was in this game, the Lakers' defense will hold up just fine. Even though he didn't have a high-scoring night, Luka played a complete game. The defensive attention he drew allowed him to make the right reads throughout the contest, and most importantly, he wasn't a liability on defense. As he continues to work back into game shape, His biggest challenge will be maintaining shooting, consistency. But even if that remains a work in progress, his impact on the game is undeniable. That's why trading away a player of his caliber never made sense. Hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can support me on these platforms, and I'll see you next time.